I say that every time I come out here, but I really didn't. My better half is going out of town tomorrow, and I plan to make a video tomorrow night. But I have something on my mind, so I do hope that some of the movie club do show up tonight. Halloween month, because Halloween's not just a day for me; it's a way of life, really. But October is the official Halloween month. And every year at Halloween time, I had to kind of pick and choose what I'm going to get. I'm not the YouTuber that gets like stuff sent to them or has an unlimited amount of income when it comes to buying stuff. So I'm much like most of you, where I kind of like pick and choose the titles that I'm going to get. And Halloween for October tends to be the one of the biggest months, if not actually the biggest month for me, when I'm deciding. And I kind of thought I'd made my decision for this year, but then something happened, and I kind of want to talk about it. And I really would like to get your guys' opinion. So there are two things coming out really big. Now, there's the Scream Factory stuff, but the thing is, I can get I'm in North America, and Scream Factory, they're a company that I can get show up every once in a while, and I'll wait till the prices go down on Amazon type of thing. I don't really usually get Scream Factory unless there's a really big edition like the Halloween one that I mentioned before, on on kind of like for Halloween time. It's got to be something that really captures my attention. And this year, two companies caught my attention. Actually, three really. One that I just went with anyway, and that was was Kino, because he put out 3 Dan Curtis films: Night Stalker, Night Strangler, and Trilogy of Terror. Now, Trilogy of Terror comes out mid-month. That's the one with Karen Black, or with Zuni Fetish doll. Everybody knows that one. If you don't, check it out. It's actually a really fun film. Oddly enough, I pre-ordered months ago. Well, when it came out, Night Stalker and Night Strangler. Now, both of them are coming out on the 2nd, on Tuesday. And Night Stalker has shipped. So and said, the delivery date for that is supposed to be Tuesday. Night Strangler, it hasn't. And Night Stalker is considered like the better of the best films, actually. But I kind of really want Night Strangler. I want to watch them together, so I kind of got to wait until they both come in. Okay. Anyway, so to get down to the meat of it, and I hope we get a lot of people in here. It's this. Indicator announced their titles that are coming out. There is the William Castle at Columbia Volume 1 set that's coming out in late October, early November here in Canada. It's the William Castle set and the Night of the Demon set. The Night of the Demon set was so popular. Hey Savannah, how's it going? I've got a dilemma here. So listen close, because I might need your opinion. Actually, I do need everybody here that comes in opinion tonight. And so we got the William Castle set. Now, the thing I should tell you guys first is I'm a big William Castle fan. William Castle was one of those guys, like directors that I kind of got into when I was younger, because I actually got to go to like a kind of a retro type of theater that showed a lot of the William Castle films during a marathon with the gimmicks included. So if there was some seats were shocked for the Tingler, there was the punishment card for God, was it Mr. Sardonicus, and of course there was the 13 Ghosts and their Ghost Viewer. It was a kind of like a red and blue thing. It was really cool. It was really well done. So they're putting them out. They're putting out a really nice set for Night of the Demons. It's got a big poster, double-sided, all that type of stuff. And they're putting out the big William Castle set, and kind of give you an idea of an indicator set. I think the best way to do it is to show you the quality of the stuff that they normally put out. So this is the Hammer Volume 3 set, which I'm very, very pleased with, by the way. And I know it is quiet here tonight. I think hopefully, Savannah, some people will show up, because I have a dilemma tonight, and I would like your guys' opinion on it. So if you tell the guys that you're in contact with, I'm here right now. They should be too, if they're available. And I really appreciate the fact that you are here, by the way. So this is the what's it called? The Blood and Terror? Yeah, Blood and Terror set. So it's got 4 movies. Each of them got like big booklets and all that type of stuff in it. You know, a bunch of features there. That's the features. So a lot of really good stuff. So that's fantastic. And they're going to be doing like a Night of the Demon set, which is pretty coveted. It's a Jacques Tourneur film, and one that people have been waiting for a long time to get this type of edition. And I was set that I was going to get the Indicator set, but they kind of upset me, and I'll be right back. I got to tell you why, and I got to explain it. I'm back. Anyway, something controversial happened. One of the movies on the set is a little film called 13 Ghosts. And if you've never seen the movie, the gimmick behind 13 Ghosts is that the film itself has, you have to like watch it through, you can't see the ghosts. There's got this like kind of ghost card, and it kind of like, it lets you know when the ghosts are going to be on the screen, and you put the thing up over your eyes. This ghost, it's either a blue one or a red one, and you can see the different ghosts. So this was put out originally, 13 Ghosts, and included with this release originally was a ghost viewer, so you could actually see the ghosts. Now, I have bought approximately over the course about 6 or 7 editions of this film, and because the thing is that they're all supposed to have the ghost viewer with them, and Flight 666. I don't know that one. I'll check on that one, Savannah. They're all supposed to have the ghost viewer, but I have yet to find an edition of this movie with the ghost viewer included. So I've never had the ghost viewer. It's one of the things, like, the last time I saw it, I was at the theater, and I was a kid. I was younger than you, Savannah. Well, like maybe 15 or 16 years old. The last time I saw this movie with the ghost viewer. So when Indicator announced that they're going to be doing the William Castle set, I was really excited to see 13 Ghosts on there. I was excited to see them mention the ghost viewer, and they were kind of coy about it, and they didn't say a lot on it. They just said, you know, just watch, you know, we'll have like future announcements. So finally, they did announcements on the complete features for all of the films on the William Castle set, and had some decent features, a documentary, full documentary William Castle, talking on different films with different like historians and stuff like that, commentaries. What really bothered me though is that they said that there was a on-screen ghost viewing option. So, which leads me to believe that they're not including a physical, like, cardboard little ghost viewer in the box set. I mean, they can do a gigantic double-sided poster for Night of the Demons, but they can't include a ghost viewer, which this apparently originally, this release here originally had, and this was a budget release. Actually, probably maybe $5 now, $20 back in the day. William Castle is known. He was a P.T. Barnum of cinema. He's known for making movies with gimmicks. Indicator is putting out a box set and not including one of the only gimmicks that's going to work and is affordable in your home cinema. Obviously, they cannot give you joy buzzer type things to put onto your seat and shock you during the tingler. They can't have a ghost come down across your house, but they can include a little tiny piece of cardboard with the ghost viewer thing. And there's some people out there now that are actually taking it upon themselves to kind of make their own ghost viewer for the upcoming release. And some people are canceling their orders because of this. And it seems like a small thing, but they haven't handled it well so far either. Various people, myself included, have asked them on their Facebook page and have mentioned it on some forum sites, and nobody's gotten back to us yet. They've been very quiet about it since they put out the features. Now, they could be busy, they could be doing stuff, but when it's something like that, and you see people that are saying, I'm probably going to cancel my order. And I've seen that, and I don't know the full story behind this, but one person's comments completely disappeared. And now, who knows, maybe there was like some kind of more vicious argument that went on behind the scenes. I don't know any of that stuff. I'm not Indicator, and I do love Indicator stuff. I do think that the stuff that they put out is of the highest quality. It's just that this thing is nagging at me, and the response time on it is nagging at me as well. And it makes me almost want to cancel the set. It really does. I mean, it's, I love the films. It looks like a really good quality set, but it doesn't seem like their heart's there. Big box behind you on your shelf, just on top, just above the Blue Girl box. Which one? I'll definitely tell you if you... Oh, you mean above the... oh, do you mean the one above the Russell Meyer one? See, I gotta look back here. Actually, that's the... what we call... I'm wearing like sweatpants tonight, so I don't like getting up in sweatpants. But I will, but I'll show you after. But it's the Herschel Gordon Lewis Feast set. And it's from Arrow. It looks like a cereal box. I think I've shown it before a few times. I'm not sure if you were here when I showed it or not, but it's really nice, and it's got like and that's the thing. Herschel Gordon Lewis, Arrow put the work into doing a Herschel Gordon Lewis set in the way that kind of befitted and honored the director. Indicator is putting out a William Castle set. And it may seem like a small exclusion. Oh, it is huge. That one, and I've got another one over there somewhere, which is right next to it. There's like, you can't see it there right now, but there, you see it a little better there now. And right next to it is the With No Nile, which is a favorite film of mine from when I was younger, with Paul McGann, and I love Paul McGann. It's a great Doctor Who, by the way. So, anyway, that's one of my problems right now, guys, is I cannot decide whether or not to pick up this here. And if I cancel the Castle set, the William Castle Volume 1 set, I'm more than likely going to have to cancel the Night of the Demon 2, because I get my stuff in packs. If I get the Halloween pack of Indicator, I get the Halloween pack of Indicator. That's what I'm going to get. If I don't get the Halloween pack of Indicator, what I'm going to pick up is a Vinegar Syndrome pack that's out there, and that's what that's my dilemma right now. The Ghost Viewer doesn't seem like it will be a big deal to a lot of people, but it seems like they're missing something, that somebody working on this is not completely in. Oh, 13th Wolfman. Yeah, thank you. Have you been watching? Did you see the final announcement for the William Castle set? And maybe you know a bit more about this. You do have talked to a few people behind the scenes, and you're definitely in a better area for that than me. So the William Castle set, I love William Castle. Like I said on it earlier, the P.T. Barnum of film. I got to see William Castle's films in a marathon in a theater when I was really young, with all the gimmicks included. They announced a on-screen. There's a lot of good stuff coming out. So that's the cool thing about October. They announced an on-screen ghost viewer, which makes it seem like they're not going to have the actual physical ghost viewer in the box set. And it may seem like a small thing, 13th Wolfman. It may seem like a small thing, but this is the guru of gimmicks. There's not a lot of gimmicks that they could put in one of these box sets that we could replicate at home. They could put the ghost viewer. They could have put like a glow-in-the-dark punishment card for Mr. Sardonicus if they'd wanted to. But it looks like they've moved away from doing any of that. Night the Demons is getting a huge double-sided poster, but we're not getting the ghost viewer on this. And I've I bought several versions of this movie, different copies of this movie, just to get that ghost viewer, hoping and every time I see another copy of it, I buy it. Not once have I ever come across the ghost viewer. I think the ones I get are usually either pre-played ones or something like that, and the ghost viewer is taken out, gone, whatever. It seems, and when we ask, and different people have asked about the Ask Indicator, so what's the deal with the ghost viewer? And first he played Little Kai, and then he went radio silent, and that bothers me. It really bothers me that I know it's a business, but when I look at this stuff, I feel like a lot of love goes into a lot of stuff that's being made, and I do buy from companies, and it does make a difference to me. I'll buy from companies first and foremost when I feel that a lot of love is going into the work that they're doing. That's why you'll see me buy a lot more Arrow and a lot more Vinegar Syndrome than maybe Code Red, for the obvious reasons. So 13th Wolfman, I would love to have your opinion on this. Actually, to be completely honest, I was hoping you'd come in tonight. I'm bothered by the fact that they have the chance to at least replicate one of the gimmicks from the William Castle era of film. One of the only ones you can replicate in your home. And they decided to give us some cheap digital option, whether it's an angle viewing thing or having one where you just see the ghosts or you get to choose between them, or maybe one where you just have a ghost viewer physically on the screen. I don't want that. I really don't want that, and I don't have any interest in a digital version of it. I want to hold the thing in my hand and put it up to my television set, and do that, and use the ghost viewer. And if there's a reason that they're not doing that, we're not talking about a huge expense. It's not. It was actually originally put out in the original very cheap release of the film. So that's bothering me, 13th Wolfman. Everybody else that's in there, anybody that hasn't spoken that wants to speak, please do so, because this is one of the nights that I've come on here that I really do want and need, and there's a reason this one's live, that I do want your feedback, because that is bothering me. And if I don't get the Castle set, then I don't get the Night of the Demons set. It's together. It's both look to be great sets, but the response or lack thereof is something that I'm finding a little perturbing. And the fact that some people have just disappeared from their and their comments have disappeared from their Facebook page, and I don't know the story behind that. So maybe there is more aggressive comments made later, or that type of stuff. I don't know. I really don't. So I'm speaking. I don't want to speak to it a turn, because this is a company that I really love and I've really championed ever since they came out. gotten all their Hammer sets. I've got all their Harryhausen stuff. I went out and picked up Happy Birthday to Me, and I want much more of their stuff. But this thing is really bothering me. It's getting to me, and it's had me thinking over the last 3 or 4 days, do I cancel the Indicator stuff and I go with the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, because I am a big Vinegar Syndrome guy, and I do like to have their releases. And if you guys are, are not really, some guys here that are not familiar with the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, I actually brought over like a couple here just like to give you an idea. So Vinegar Syndrome is a company that not a lot of people working behind it, but there's a lot of love put into their stuff. And every Halloween and every November and like every Black Friday basically, and halfway to Black Friday, they'll do like a sale and they'll bring out a couple of titles. So they put out 5 titles really, 4 Blu-ray limited edition, 1,500 copies each, and 1 like adult one, but it's still an adult horror title. So interesting to check out. So this is a Vinegar Syndrome title, for instance. This is like a kind of they have really strong, the strongest, most sturdy, kind of like slip covers that you're going to see. Very inventive with their stuff, and movies that a lot of people haven't heard of, or that you would never think would get a deluxe release, suddenly get a deluxe release. And I know that the guys on Vinegar Syndrome are going to be putting their all into whatever they do and what they put out. Now, to give you guys an idea, and I did want to do this, this is my choice. So there's the William Castle for this to set. It says the Illusio's. Oh, I love that response. Yeah, that's the thing. They said recently that it wasn't that, and I could be wrong. Like, you can let me know if I'm wrong, 13 Wolfman. But it looks like it's not going to be the physical one. It's going to be an on-disc representation of the gimmick, and that bugs me. It really does. I'll just go quickly to my Facebook. I love the room references, guys. And I'll see if anything's been updated. Because I asked about a day and a half ago, I guess, maybe. And as did other people, and so there's 14 comments on here. Oh, okay. For some weird reason, I can see the comments back that I thought were gone. Strange, hey? I was on my Facebook on my TV, and I couldn't see certain person's comments, so I do apologize. But I do see them here now. You haven't heard any more about it? Like right here, it says like, see if I can find it. Tingler, Homicidal. Oh my God, are you serious? But somewhere here it says like an on-screen version of the so it's got both versions of the film, and on-disc Ghost Sphere option, and that's what's bothering me, the on-disc Ghost Sphere option. But the thing is, and this is the biggest thing, 13 Wolfman, and this is the honest to God's truth of the matter. At this time for Halloween, I just can't afford to grab them both, like to grab the Indicator and the Vinegar Syndrome. So I can't take the chance and get peeved with one because something is kind of like sticking my crop. So that's bothering me. It's really bothering me. Oh, I did say I was going to tell you guys what's coming out for Vinegar Syndrome if you wanted to see their kind of releases. Hey, Jace, what is up? is I've just been talking here about the indicator stuff. Are you an indicator fan, Jace? The William Castle set's coming out. The Ghost Viewer is going to be digitally on the screen as opposed to actual physical Ghost Viewer in the set, and I'm really not liking that. Actually, I did play Medieval. That's PlayStation 1, right? I'm pretty sure I did. I think I had like, if it's the one I'm thinking of, it actually, I didn't have like a small box one, but I think I had like a big, you know, the big cases that the PlayStation originally had. I had one of those. So, yeah, that is, I remember it being pretty good. Yeah, the Ghost Viewer, Jace, what do you think? Are you getting the William Castle set? Because the William Castle set's coming out, but they announced that the Ghost Viewer that originally came with this edition, just, you know, really cheap to get edition, but back in the day, not so easy now. This is my backup. I hope you guys can see that. And that is the Vinegar Syndrome version of Blood Harvest, which I got the 88 films. I wouldn't mind supplementing it with that. But I don't have the Incubus, which I really would like to have. The Killing Kind's interesting. Death by Temptation, I'm not sure about. Thanks. And The Bride's Initiation, which is the only adult film and the only DVD one, actually interests me. Because I do remember, I do have the release that came out, Dracula Sucks, Dracula Sucks with the Jamie Gillis, and it's really good. Oh, Kojak, I love Kojak. Culture Trini said to go with the Vinegar Syndrome. I'm starting to lean towards that way. See, the company Vinegar Syndrome, since they came around, and since I've started collecting their releases, actually do mean a lot to me. The stuff that they put out. Rob a bank, yeah, yeah. That's I could, yeah, like my ancestors, like my relatives, right? They have a point of selling it faster. They do, and I'm just going to order it sooner. Mention to my better half. See what she says. But I think you're right. I'm a huge fan. I love Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Here's the thing. Part of me thinks that, and I'll be completely honest, that you know, I do want to have nice stuff to show on the channel, and obviously the indicator sets would look, and I do love the movies though, would look way more impressive to have, and that's a fantastic thing. But my heart of hearts, like, and I can, oddly enough, I can say this on here to you guys a lot more than I would just normally. I love this type of stuff. I watched this. Spyro's a fantastic game. Enjoy it. Love Spyro, especially the original games. I was really into them. And PlayStation, are you getting the Sony Classic? But yeah, my voice is going. I do apologize. I did plan to make a longer video tonight because I really wanted to talk and I really wanted your guys' opinion on this. Because what do you guys want to see me open up? There's another thing too. Are more of you guys interested in seeing the indicator stuff, or are you more interested in seeing the Vinegar Syndrome stuff? I'm really leaning away now in a certain direction. So we'll see. I really wanted Body Melt last month. I really couldn't afford it because we just had some stuff come up that we didn't expect. And Body Melt's one of those that's like was a big movie for me, and I've talked many times on how you're interested in a room tour. Come on down. Oh, the Western set that they put is amazing. So is there, like, I have here somewhere there the Samuel Fuller, like the original Sony Pictures release for the Samuel Fuller set that came out, that Vinegar Syndrome redid. And I'm like, okay, I've got the Samuel Fuller set. I don't really need to get the new Vinegar Syndrome one. I'll get it down the road. It's an indicator one because they, you know, what I really need it for. I got the films, and then I saw the features, and it blew me away. And I'm like, I need that Samuel Fuller set. I definitely got to get the Samuel Fuller set. I got to get the Bud Boddicker set. Eventually, I will get the William Castle set, but I don't think it needs to be a Halloween release. I think it could be a Christmas thing. Bloodfest. Hellfest. What? Bloodfest? As in, like, is that a newer film? Because if I know Blood Feast, I don't know if I know Bloodfest. That may be one I missed out on. The thing with me, 30th Movement, is as I get older, gore films really don't do as much for me as they used to when I was younger. I do think that the gore genre, and I'm dating myself here, is more of like a younger person's game. My kids, especially my youngest, loves the gore films. So I got a kick at a Terrifier and stuff like that, but I think 20 years ago Aaron would have gotten a bigger kick at a Terrifier than I did now. I thought it was a fun film, but it kind of just, you know, that was it. I can see Terrifier like becoming like bigger down the road, like getting a, I think it's slowly getting a following. And as for Bloodfest, if that's like a really blood-filled one, I don't know it. Or if I do know it, I don't remember it. And I've seen like commercial upon commercial for Hellfest, and it looks interesting. It's one that I'm kind of interested in seeing. You're bored with clown films. There's been a few. I don't know if we've gotten a definitive clown film yet, to be totally honest with you. I don't think it was the clown film part of it that bored me so much as that, well, I like the actor that played Art in this film. It's a different actor than the one that played him in All Hallows Eve. I could tell that. The makeup, you know, it's definitely the same, but it's definitely a different actor. And I thought he did a good job. He had a lot of kind of like the pantomime aspect to him. And I thought he did a good job with the film, but there wasn't a lot to it. And some of the acting was kind of uneven. Circus of the Dead, I actually got that one there. It's been a while since I've seen it, and I remember liking it, but I don't remember it at all. And that's maybe that's like my my age showing through. Is I watch so many films though that some of them kind of blend into the other, and that's the truth of it. But I think you guys have made me make my decision. A while back, Action Jackman was generous enough to find me the Blood Harvest, the 88 Films edition of it. So that was the only reason that I was holding back on the Vinegar Syndrome one. But I'm a big fan of Blood Harvest. It's like a quirky little kind of mystery slasher film that's I think better than it gets credit for. It's not going to it didn't reinvent the genre or anything like that. But it's Tiny Tim is in it. It's very different. And I think the 88 films, along with the with Vinegar Syndrome, I'll have the ultimate Blood Harvest edition. Like that'll be the ultimate deluxe for that one. And most people, that's not going to matter to. But for a guy like me, that's like really unabashedly in love with a lot of these Z-grade films and movies that are out there, I just really like them. That I held up earlier? Oh, Bloodbeat. Oh, you mean Bloodbeat? Yeah, that's the way it's done there. Bloodbeat is a ghost samurai film that's way better and worse than I haven't imagined. It's a strange film. If you haven't checked it out, I enjoyed it. It wasn't my favorite of their last year's Halloween releases. Demon Wind was definitely getting up there close to the top of that. Hey, Cubic Lover. But the best release last year for Vinegar Syndrome was for Halloween, in my not so humble opinion, because I'm never going to lie and say my opinion's humble, was A Woman's Torment. I've said it on there many times, and it still is one of my favorite films probably one of my favorite releases that I got last year was A Woman's Torment. Yeah, it really gut punched me when I watched it, and I thought it did a great job, and it reminded me of Repulsion. You've got Blood Beat. Did you like Blood Beat? It was kind of fun, huh? Kind of weird, but kind of fun. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I've watched this a few times. So Kubrick, lover, I was trying to make a decision. The Indicator stuff is coming out with the Halloween package, but it doesn't have. But the William Castle set doesn't have the Ghost Viewer. They're going to do a digital on-screen version of the Ghost Viewer. And hey Ben, how's it going? And the thing is, I don't want a digital on-screen version of the Ghost Viewer. And the more I think about it, I'm not that excited about seeing them seeing it that way. I'll eventually get the set down the road, but I think I'm going to go with the Vinegar Syndrome Halloween package again this year over Indicator, because Vinegar Syndrome has proven their love for the films that they're putting out, and this time around Indicator hasn't, in my opinion. Now, they could come up with something tomorrow and they could show the Ghost Viewer and a punishment card, and I'll be changing my mind. But or I'll be saying, oh, that's an interesting one to get. But right now, with the way it's going, yeah, it is actually. Not yet, no, not the greatest director. But it's fun. It's okay. And I've watched it more than once. I have watched it more than once. I watched it 3 times. So, you know, it definitely was interesting enough to watch, but I watched like Things a few times. That's a hard one to get through. They're making a card game of Things, by the way. The Canadian movie Things, a really, really bad one. The one I told you guys is the worst movie of all time, beats out Room and Troll 2 and all that stuff. Yeah, that's becoming a card game. Just to let you know. That's a Things is a card game. But yeah, I think I'm gonna actually be talking to my better half about changing it over, unless the Indicator comes with some great response and an indication that thing's inside. I can wait on it. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think that the reason we haven't seen an announcement for the 4th Hammer set yet is because this one, although this is my favorite of the Hammer sets that have come out, it's not as relevant. Ned Leps is up there, but Ned Leps has had real actors in it, so already it beats Things right there for that. Things is just pain. Things is pain. If you put like pain in a box, like watching pain, that is Things. Now there's probably stuff that I haven't seen that's even worse than Things, but Ned Leps cannot beat it out, because Ned Leps has some cool bunny rabbits and it's got DeForest Kelly. So, so there you go. But yeah, this has been my favorite set of the Hammer ones that Indicator's put out. It has it's not the horror stuff. It's got more like adventure stuff with like evil, like underground stuff and like war films. But it's been my favorite. But I don't think it's been like the highest seller. And I think the William Castle set might go that way. A lot of the Indicator stuff sells out really quickly. And look at the Night of the Demon stuff, which has gone from 4,000 to 6,000, 10,000. It is bad, but it's not Things. Dude, 13th Wolfman, rewatch Things. I'm telling you, rewatch Things. I do recommend that you do that. I hear people talking about Survivor, and which is Savannah's favorite show. When I don't watch like reality television really, but when I did, it was because it was Big Brother, and it was because I had some friends. I was working at this place at the time, and they said, "You'd be good on Big Brother," and then and I'd be like, What's Big Brother. I think I'd seen like an episode or two, but apparently it had changed, or they changed the format in the season or something like that. And they kept calling me Dr. Will, so I had to see who the hell that was. But that was not a nice thing that they said to me, because he was not a nice. I guess he was a guy that told it like it was, and actually wanted doing that. That's the only like reality show like experience I can really tell you guys, except for Seven Lives Exposed, and we're not going to get into that. That's a reality show too, and anybody that's seen it is slightly grinning to themselves right now. But anybody that hasn't, I'm not going to explain it to you. But yeah, that's the thing. And if you're younger, please do not look up Seven Lives Exposed. But yeah, I think I've made my decision. I really do. I've seen your every season of Survivor on DVD. It looks amazing, Savannah. You have an incredible looking collection of Survivor. It's very impressive. If you ever do videos, which you would gangbusters get a ton of viewers for. If you ever do videos, wave at me, by the way, if we can do it. Russell. Is that the guy that's in the first season of Survivor? Because I saw the first season. I'm not a big like reality show person, so I can't like really like. I'm going to leave this this conversation for the comment section for the movie club there to talk about themselves. So what do you guys think? If I switch to Vinegar Syndrome, am I making the right decision? A Kojak impression? Do you know the last time I saw Kojak? I'll give you a Kojak story, Jay. It's a really quick one. And I've probably said this before. My better half is from Morocco. And we have many of the same shows. Vinegar Syndrome. Thank you, Third Degree Man. I really did need your opinion. And I think you might be right. So she'd watch Kojak. Everybody around there watched Kojak. It was a huge show. So you're picking up a show that was not just big like around here in North America. It was big over in Europe as well. And it was really big in Morocco, to the point that lollipops over in Morocco are not called lollipops. When you go to buy them, they're called Kojaks. So there's a Kojak story. I can't really do a kind of like Who Loves You Babe type of thing, but because I can't really remember the Kojak. But I can tell you that there's a Kojak story to go with your set. And you picked up a great set because Kojak is a really, really good show. Blood Beat. Oh, Blood Beat. Oh, Blood Beat. It's Vinegar Syndrome. Now, if you pick this up, I do recommend picking up if you don't have a Demon Wind, which is kind of like a low rent type of like Evil Dead type of film. It's very much like Evil Dead, and it's really kind of hilarious. There's these two brothers, and one of the brothers is and I kid you not, a kung fu magician. So I want you to think about it for a second. He's a kung fu magician. He's a guy that does magic. And his other brother is kind of like just cool looking. And he has... Oh, did you like I heard it's a really good release for Body Melt. Did you like Body Melt, Ben? Because I was a really big fan of it a long time ago, but I've never seen it in years. But I remember it being kind of really quirky fun, really different. Like, I heard... Because Body Melt was originally supposed... And I'm not sure if you're going to get like... You'll probably get the feel if you've watched it. It was originally going to be kind of an anthology style film. So when you see all the different quirky characters and different like scenarios, just keep in mind that originally it was going to go in the anthology route. You love it? Okay. So yeah, so it is a really different quirky film, and it's the type of movie you could put alongside like a Dead Alive or something like that if you want like kind of double feature with something. I think that's not a bad double feature actually. Of course, you could do it with Street Trash too. Street Trash is another movie you could put with Body Melt, but I think Body Melt is superior. I'm just going to get crucified for saying this, but I think Body Melt is kind of like superior to Street Trash. Street Trash is a good movie, but I think Body Melt's better. They are very limited. just got to convince my better half. See what she says. Because with the Vinegar Syndrome, I got to get it in before it's released on the 30th. And so I got to buy it 2 weeks before. So it all depends on cash flow at the time. And I do want the one that has the adult vampire film included. If not, I'll just get the 4 Blu-rays. But I would like to have that one. But the Blu-rays are special, so maybe I'll just go for the 4 Blu-rays, and I'll get the get the adult one on the sale, because that's not like a limited edition, is it? They'll save me a few dollars too. So I get like the other release. How much will it save me? Maybe that'll make the difference. I do want the bride's initiation though. It's a $9 savings. Hey Brian, how's it going? I'm talking here about discs, which Brian is an expert on. And excuse me if I go over it slightly again, guys, and please stick with me. Did you say about streaming? I was typing the Blood Beat, not Blood Beast. So he's collecting money. Yeah, that's the thing. Brian, I am not happy, Brian, with the Indicator announcement of the William Castle at Columbia Volume 1 set. It looks like they are not putting the Ghost Viewer in it in the set, and are actually doing an on-disc Ghost Viewer, which to me is kind of lame. So I may be drawing back from picking up the Indicator stuff on Halloween time, and actually just getting it down the road and grabbing the Vinegar Syndrome set instead. Yeah, I'm guessing you're just finding out as well. No, it hasn't been completely confirmed, but when they announced the Indicator room at 6,000, the Vinegars 500, 600, 1,500 for the new titles, I think, for each of them. So Brian, so basically, when they announced the final specs, you can see it on their Facebook page actually. When you see the 13 Ghosts, it says on-screen Ghost Viewer, and a couple people, myself included, asked, I said, this could be a deal breaker for me. Can you please get back to us and let us know, does this mean if there's an on-screen Ghost Viewer, does that mean we're not, And they said, well, we think that the on-screen Ghost Viewer would make William Castle proud. I don't think so. William Castle is all about the gimmicks, the Ghost Viewers, the barf bags, the Tingler stuff, the Percepto-Vision, all that type of stuff. So that really bothers me. I want the set. I really do, Brian, but I don't think, if I've got to choose between getting the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, and I don't know if have you done much Vinegar Syndrome on, have you done Vinegar Syndrome on your, I'm trying to remember on the podcast one. If you haven't done, did you do last year's Vinegar Syndrome's, Brian, did you do Vinegar Syndrome's, because it's been a while since I've seen Vinegar Syndrome on your channel, I think. Because I do listen to your podcast a lot. Hey Film Schluck, how's it going? It's the never-ending debate of what do you pick up for Halloween? And for me, it's either Indicator or Vinegar Syndrome. And Indicator hasn't been responding. When they mentioned that there's the on-screen Ghost Viewer. Yeah, I knew you've done Vinegar Syndrome. They're really good. Like, I know, like a lot of people say, and I'm sure when you do stuff on Pure Cinema, they says stuff along the lines of, like, Vinegar Syndrome, you're never quite sure what you're going to get. Night the Demon. Here's the thing, Brian. Night Demon looks amazing. It's a 2-disc set. Everything looks to be great. Looks to be all across the board fantastic. Yeah, you would be, dude. Jace, this is both a magnificent and a horrible time to be a horror fan. It breaks the bank. But the thing is that if I'm going to order, I got to go all in on something. So I can't half it and get just Night the Demon and not pick up the other set, because Vinegar Syndrome comes in a package. You can buy like one separately, but if I'm going to buy Vinegar Syndrome, I can either buy one. I can buy one or the other. I can either stick with my indicator and get the Whim Castle and the Night of the Demon set, or I get the Vinegar Syndrome set that's coming out. I can't do both of them. Like I can get ones down the road. Yeah, like Criterion Zucchinos type of thing. Yeah. So for me, the reason for this video was trying to make my decision, and I've been like going back and forth. I've been like looking at stuff online. I'm looking at the Vinegar Syndrome releases. I'm looking at the indicator sets. They look so good. Indicator puts together a really good package. They really do. But I think this is a drop the ball moment for Indicator. Hopefully, it'll be a learning experience for them in the future. But yeah. Film Schlock, I do think that right now Vinegar Syndrome is going to be the better choice. They do put out stuff that nobody else, in my opinion, would think about touching, and they give it the Criterion like quality release on these films. One of the ones that I got to get is Bloodhook down the road. When their next sales comes up, oh man, I'm all over Bloodhook. I've heard so much for that. You can see where I'm learning towards. Incubus is crazy. Incubus is crazy. I gotta have Incubus. That's the thing. Death by Temptation is the only one I was iffy on. I don't remember it very well. I know it was that's Kadeem Harris from a different world. I think, if it's the one that I'm thinking about, and it's the lesser of all the films that's coming out. I think that Incubus and of course, Blood Harvest is a favorite of mine, so I do have kind of leaning towards that. Yeah, I think I've made my decision, guys. Thank you so much for that. Because I came on here tonight, hey Dylan, how's it going? Needing that sounding board to kind of let me know what I probably in the back of my mind. You've never seen Blood Harvest? Oh, dude, I have the, where's it at? I've got the 88 Films edition, thanks to a viewer and really cool guy, Action Jackman, on here. Actually got me the 88 Films copy Blood Harvest, you know, the one that actually went out of print in like a week because rights issues. So, but they had the Ultimate Edition from like Vinegar Syndrome. Now, Blood Harvest, Brian, is a mystery kind of, it's not really sort of a slasher film. It's a mystery type of film. It has like it has Tiny Tim, Tiptoe through the Tulips, Tiny Tim, playing a character dressed in clown makeup by the name of the Marvelous Mervo, and he's a really weird, quirky character. It's got, the clown's important, but the clown, see, here's the thing, Brian. I can't say, because there's a mystery aspect to it. And if I were to mention, I'm not going to lie, it's not going to be hard for you to figure out. But I would give it away more than you should when you experience it. If clowns freak you out, it's not going to like... yeah, clowns are a portion of it. Like Tiny Tim's a clown in the film. He dresses like a clown, and he. Hold on, let me get the. I'll get you the 88 film. I'll show you what it looks like. I apologize for being all like down tonight, just because I was doing like it's garbage night, so I'm just in sweats and stuff like that, and I didn't plan to make the video. So the jeans are not here. My regular shirt and jeans. Actually, this T-shirt is one of my just fun beat around ones I've seen in front of TV. So the reason you missed out on this one, Culture Trini, is basically because it was released for a very short period of time. There was apparently rights issues with it. And because of that, they had to pull back, and they couldn't keep it out. They took it off their website. They tried to sell some on eBay. That became an issue. eBay made them take the movie off. So if you could find it in the store there that was already out before it got pulled off the shelves, and then you could get it. If not, so it's become like a kind of a coveted release, so to say, for fans of 88 films. So, Brian, this is the cover to Blood Harvest, the Slasher Classics collection. Very similar to the cover that you're going to see from 88 films. Of course, they're both kind of like a... oh, Night 13th Wolfman. And by the way, thank you so much tonight for your help. I really do appreciate all the coming in here and giving me a lot of feedback that I really needed. Yeah, $40 isn't too bad. Yeah, it's a really cool cover. And as you can see, you can actually see right here. So it's not actually lying. That is Tiny Tim in the makeup. Yeah, the cases are amazing. They did change the color of the cases for a while and made it almost like an orange color, and people were not happy about it. And Blood Harvest does come with a little booklet. Like one of the original titles of the film was Blood Farm. You guys see Blood Harvest. It's Vinegar Syndrome is going to put out the ultimate edition of it. I love the 88 films. I'm not gonna lie, but Vinegar Syndrome are definitely going to put out the ultimate edition of a Blood Harvest. I gotta have it now. You guys have convinced me. It looks like, guys, it looks like this year, much like last year. I hope it doesn't bore you guys that it's the second year in a row that I do this, but I guess I kind of am becoming the Vinegar Syndrome guy when it comes to this. It's the company that I love. So many of the companies, like I love Scream and Arrow and 88 Films and Indicator and all the ones out there. But Stitches, I remember Stitches. That's a later clown one. I remember one too, like a drive-in one. What was it called? Oh my God, it was like really bad, but it was fun. It was like this killer Ronald McDonald type character. Is really what it was. Take over as the Kino guy. Yeah. So that's the Vinegar Syndrome does great work, and they do great work in movies that you never think would ever get that. Savannah's gonna be the Eli Roth guy. I thought you were the Saw person, or like the Savannah Survivor, or Savannah Survivor. Have you ever thought about trying it for Survivor? Kino's been killing it for you. Kino, me too. Like the one I got right away that I pre-ordered, Brian. I grabbed the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler. Jace, and of course I pre-ordered Trilogy of Terror, which is a favorite movie of mine. I love the Trilogy of Terror. I just would wish they would, and I know not everybody loves it, but I did love the second one as well with Lizette Anthony. I would like to see them put that one out as well for a few dollars more in November. They do a lot of great stuff when it comes to... The cool thing about Kino is that as a company, they're Night Stalker and Strangler. See, here's the thing, Brian. Night Stalker has shipped. Night Strangler, they said they'll let me know. I ordered mine from Amazon, so you never know. So it's going to end soon. Try. You're a great swimmer. You do that. Going to Survivor. Ken, how's it going, man? I'm making my Indicator versus Vinegar Syndrome decision. I'm dropping out of the Indicator one, and I'm going to grab Hey Horror Fan Man. Yeah, I'm trying to make it more of a regular thing, and your comment, by the way, did actually lead me towards that, just so you know. I do enjoy this. I gotta say, as long as I've got topics to talk about, like legit things to talk to you guys about, I will be coming on here. But I'm not going to just turn it on and not and just stare at the camera. So tonight was really something I really needed to do, and the movie club was the perfect place for me to make my decision with the people I respect the most. Cyclops the Bride. Do not diss Queen from Outer Space. It's not that. It's not. It's a fun film. Thanks, Brian. And to be completely honest with you, one of the big things that has inspired the live streams that I do. Oh, we do have to do the Bond video still. Something kind of along the lines of this here. because Jace is the ultimate Bond fan, definitely, is that I'll explain in a second, Ken. I'm going for the Vinegar Syndrome releases. Brian's podcast that he does, the Pure Cinema and the Just the Disc podcast, and I pimped him out on here because I just really like them, and I listen to them all the time. It's kind of like it's a religious thing for me. I found podcasts and I really love them, and the stuff he does with Elric, and of course with Stephanie Crawford, and Stephanie Crawford is amazing. The stuff she did with Screamcast, I think that I do think that she helped, like, just like, I like Screamcast, but she elevated it to a must listen to. I wish I listened to Screamcast like pretty regularly, but when Stephanie came out, I listened to it all the time. When I found the Brian Elric Kane Pure Cinema podcast, that became like one of my Bibles that I would listen to, and would give me great movie ideas. And actually did give me some video ideas as well when I was looking at stuff to try and do. Much the same as the Just the Disc podcast. It's just that perfect for a collector. When you're on the fence, or when you want to know about stuff, Just the Disc does a really good job. I would love that, actually. Sometime I will, we'll definitely look into it, and with my crazy work time. But I would love to be on Just the Disc down the road. Hey Jose, how's it going? But yeah, that's the thing. This live stream thing, what I'm trying to get to in a very long way, is that my live streams are basically because I really like the podcast format and the way that it's done. So Brian, you're a huge inspiration in me going live, and that's true. And the fact that I completely geeked out when Stephanie showed up, like, commenting on one of my videos. That's pretty much the truth, to be honest with you. So this was meant to give like a kind of a podcast type of feel, and I wanted to make my videos, as you've been watching for all, kind of like it's true. And to be completely honest with you, with no BS, Brian. That's actually the truth of the matter. And thank you for that. But you're welcome too. I appreciate it. But I was looking at ways to make this more interactive and make this more of like a thing that's not just me talking to a camera, but it's something where everybody can get something out of it. Because I found that as I read my comment section, as I started commenting, and eventually I would do like read responses to comment sections online, I found that I got as much, and sometimes more, out of from you guys than just doing it myself. So I learn and gain as much knowledge from, hey Nick, how's it going, from you guys out there as you guys do from anything that you watch on here. So it's a very kind of like symbiotic, is that relationship we're going with there, type of relationship. And with that kind of like gushiness, guys, and Brian, definitely we will do a Just the Disc. We just got to find a good one. Maybe Vinegar Syndrome one down the road. They're kind of my guys. If you talk to those guys, tell them I'm a really big fan. But my better half is leaving tomorrow morning for a 5-day trip for work, and so she's going on Friday, and she's coming back on Wednesday morning. Then she's here for a couple weeks, and she goes out for another 2 weeks again. So apparently I am the Vinegar Syndrome guy, and it's just something that's kind of fallen upon me. But I really do love the company. So down the road, definitely, guys, hopefully listen to me at some time on Just the Disc, which I would be completely honored to be on. Thank you guys so much for watching tonight, and you guys are amazing. You're the reason that I do this, and you guys help me in more ways than you imagine. Have a fantastic night, guys. I will see you guys next time here in the movie library with my fantastic movie club, and have a great evening, because it looks like I made my decision. Indicator versus Vinegar Syndrome. Vinegar Syndrome, you went out. Everybody here, Culture Trini, Brian, Ben, 13 Wolfman, who just left up, Cubic Lover, all you guys there that names that I'm going to miss. Thank you guys so much for coming, and I will see you again next time here in the library. If you can hear my voice now, you know that it's time for tea. Thanks, guys.